Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Rob Fields from The Couch with Rob Fields, and we're on summer vacation. So, what's up? What's up, everyone? I'm Rob Fields of The Couch with Rob Fields, and I'm here for a special occasion. We're doing something new. We're doing something fresh for the show. I'm not even gonna go into the fluff right now. Let me introduce my two partners right here. Uh, I couldn't have done this summer vacation mini series without two of the Couch family members. On my left, I have a returning Couch member, Nick Artis,
Appreciate you having me.
and I have a first timer, my brother, the silent partner, the muscle.
Microphone check 1 2 1 2.
Hello, my man, my brother Craig Singletary. Welcome to the show, guys.
What's up? What's up?
Glad to be here, man.
Yeah, man, we checking in on this special occasion. Listen, I called you guys about 3 or 4 months ago,
Yeah.
and I told y'all, listen, man, I have a vision, man. I got it from the big God.
Hey, now we here.
We here in the place to be, man.
And you know I don't do this.
Hey. So listen, we put together something special for this Charlotte situation. So a lot of people don't know we've been ripping and running around Charlotte for a long time. Craig, you know,
06.
so Craig, you the OG of this Charlotte thing, and you brought me in the fold, and then I brought you in the fold.
Yeah.
We've been ripping and running, but we've never put down a podcast experience. But we here,
Yeah, first of many, man.
no doubt. So guys, how's the summer going for you guys?
Man, it's cool.
Relaxing right
That's
now.
cool.
Just enjoying the break, you know.
Is it summer?
Okay.
I don't even know if it's summer. Is it summer?
Yeah. Summer started. I think June
Wow.
21st, I think. You know,
Are the days-
on that.
Are the days running into each other for you, man?
Are they running into each other?
Listen, you have your summers are very busy.
They are.
You know, B. So, listen, man. Again, I'm happy to bring you guys into the fold, and what I think is important is not only to tell everyone that the Couch with Rob Fields is on Google Podcasts, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, and we're on Stitcher. We just got on Stitcher, so check us out. We're all over the place. Check out the all audio podcast, the Couch with Rob Fields. I wanted to plug that, but we have to talk about why this situation is important.
Okay.
So for me, this situation is important is because I get to share this with two of my brothers, okay? Brothers from other mothers, all right?
No doubt.
But the connection is very real, and I felt like the only way to kick it off would be to either have, one of my blood family members or to have you guys. But I've been chopping it up with you guys, so we had to do it, man. We had to put it down.
Yeah.
After we got started with the podcast and the audio and all of this, then I said, what about putting together a video platform to get us on YouTube or wherever, but we're going to make this a thing. Usually when myself and my family, when we come over from overseas or whatever, I'm a professional basketball player. When I come over after the season, we usually have a great collection of love and energy and hanging out. And I said, why not pair our situation, us hanging out and going out to get dinner, with the podcast?
No doubt.
So now we hanging and swinging. So this thing really started after the COVID year. So guys, let's talk about the COVID year. I feel like I'm talking too much. So let's talk about the COVID year, man. What did that COVID year mean for you guys? And I mean, you spoke about it one time before, but come on, man.
Yeah. I mean, it showed a lot of. I mean, it revealed a lot. You know what I mean? It was a lot of times where you were by yourself, but it also showed you what you can actually do. Like, I think it showed that, you don't need too many people. You just needed your time. So it was self-reflection. That's basically what it was for me. Self-reflection. How was I living? How was I moving? And, like, to be a better me.
Yeah.
So that was what COVID did for me, because it's just you working from home. So you know what that entails. You're in the computer.
Or you really working, bro?
Yeah, I was working.
Yeah, I mean, yes, he was working.
I was working because
You was sleeping.
no, what working from home actually made me do, actually probably stay asleep a little longer.
Yeah.
But I still had to work because I was still going out to check on other people.
Yeah.
But it also gave me a moment of pause for me to check on myself too.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as much ripping and running. So just like we talked about the first episode, that's all it really was for me, man.
Did you have that same? Did you really feel like you had a time to reflect on yourself, or did you started feeling like a little anxious, like, ugh?
I think I dealt with anxiousness. I had to find my peace because it was really silent.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're not gonna start how COVID started.
No, we'll talk about how it started.
Yeah.
After you finish.
Nah, but I found my peace. I started like cooking more. Started working out more.
You was throwing down, man. You was sending me some
throwing down
videos,
gumbo.
man. You was doing a whole bunch
Yeah,
of stuff. I hadn't seen this since I've been home. That's all I'm saying. I just saw the wings. Like, we smacked them wings.
My wings been kicking for a minute though. Shout out to the house party kings.
House party kings.
Salute, my man.
Nah, but no, sometimes you got to figure out how to deal with the silence.
Yeah.
I think COVID allowed me to. It taught me how to deal with silence.
Yeah.
How to find peace within stillness. That's probably the most important thing. I learned how to be comfortable being around myself.
Yeah.
Which took a little while to get over. But nah, man, I cooked a little bit. I had a couple of relationships that matured during COVID.
Yeah.
Like it was a lot of dope stuff.
I think the cooking thing resonates with all of us. Man.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think everybody. COVID, we were sitting in video. I think everybody was cooking a little bit more, trying different things.
I think you started to figure out who was cool with you just being cool versus being cool when it's lit.
Yeah.
So I figured that out. I started building relationships. Just I did a lot.
The ones who really check in.
Yeah, because it's easy. It's easy to kick it with people when it's lit.
Yeah.
I got a lot of people to come around me when it's lit, but like maturing relationships and like really having like foundations with people, that's the hard. You figure out like you was just cool with people. They ain't your family.
Yeah.
That's what COVID taught me.
It's associates and like actual friends.
Right.
The levels.
And I'm cool with both, but it just kind of drew a line in the sand.
Got you. Yeah.
We kick it, but
we don't kick it.
Yeah, you're not gonna come around if it's not lit.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it taught me.
Yeah, I mean, for me, man, it was the same way, man. Like, I really got to have some great conversations with you guys and other people, man, and just really reflect, man, because like you said, the world was still, like, to some degree, time stopped. I started forgetting days, man.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to sleep late, waking up late some days. I had to start changing everything about myself, man.
You gotta understand, I was retired during that time, too.
Ooh.
I retired in September. COVID happened in March. So that was an ill period.
Yeah.
That was an ill period.
Yeah, I mean, you retired at a time where a lot of other people would have started to find other hobbies. And I mean, you could have found other hobbies, but it was just so much going on in the world, man. It's like...
I got cool with sitting still. And that's rare. I don't think a lot of us are cool with stillness.
Yeah. I was ripping and running, man. Especially with the basketball stuff. I like my seat, like I was playing. This is my 11th season.
Wow.
And
we had a lot of conversations about that.
Yeah.
A lot of like, what do you call it? forks in the road.
A lot of forks in the road. So listen. So before I get into the story about how my season ended, so this is how the COVID situation got broken down.
Oh,
so
you better go into that.
We going into that. All right. So
where we were when it happened.
Yeah. So my brother Craig, he in his second trip to Copenhagen.
Global entry Craig.
Hello.
Passport
shouted.
Yes,
so Craig comes over for the second time to visit us in Copenhagen. Mind you, now the first time, and this is unheard of, everyone. He came to Copenhagen for a weekend. No one else in the history of traveling really does that on their own.
Man, I was bored, man. I said what's good? I'm gonna come over.
Yeah, you had a couple days to spare.
2 days. That's the worst trip I ever made.
Yeah, it was crazy. He stayed for 2 days. So the second time that he came, he said, "Okay, I'm gonna come over, and I'm gonna spend a little bit more time there. About a week, and I want to come see one of your games." So I'm like, "Man, cool. Come over, man. It's nothing." So he comes on Monday morning.
I think it was
Monday morning.
I might have woke up on Tuesday though.
Yeah, he comes on Monday morning. Jet lag, we give him brunch. He sleeps for about 3-4 hours. We chill. Woo. So Tuesday comes, and it's like, okay, I got practice Tuesday. On Wednesday, that's my day off, so we gonna kick it. So he comes to practice with me Tuesday. I have a meltdown in practice. Not really a meltdown, but
you got hit in the head.
I got hit in the face.
He was recovering from a concussion.
Yeah, I got hit in the face with an errant pass. So I'm hot, right? But anyway,
Shaq and the fool.
Hello, and I'm the fool because I should have had a helmet on.
And Draymond was passing it to you?
No.
I don't know who was passing it. Only thing I remember, Rob said, "God damn it, I'm done with y'all." He went to the bathroom. Said, "God damn it, I'm done with y'all."
Bro. I started shaking the toilet, bro.
Yeah. You know the crazy thing? When you go in the bathroom, you look for the homie.
Right.
And you was like, let me
it's like
look
8
at the stall and see.
Yeah.
I ain't see no feet on the stall.
It's like 8 stalls. Because I was on the roof, bro. That's
was standing
how
on the top of the toilet.
Yeah.
Bro,
just fuming.
Banging my head against the wall pretty much. But anyway, so that Tuesday night practice ends, it's late, whatever. So Wednesday comes, right? And Wednesday I got this whole spread.
Yeah.
Like, yo, we gonna wake up, we gonna do this, we gonna walk around the city, maybe do some shopping, go get some dinner. So we did that. So dinner was trash.
Yeah, it was trash.
I'm not gonna shout the name of your restaurant out in Copenhagen. It was trash.
We gonna blame Mary. We gonna blame Mary. Mary had the worst restaurant.
So we go to eat dinner.
I'm like, Mary, I can't get no hydration out here. You know about hydration.
Oh my God. Cheers to that.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers. Skull. So we go to dinner, right? And then we start talking about, y'all heard about, this virus thing, woo. We're like, oh man, it ain't nothing. We cool, man. Like, we done seen this 30 million times, man. It's all good. It's gonna go on for about 2 weeks. We good. So we go to dinner. Dinner was horrible, and then
horrible. Shots was horrible too.
Oh, the worst shots. He was really mad about the shot.
Yes.
But anyway, so we go out to grab. We go to a lounge, one of the nice lounges in Copenhagen.
One of the premier joints.
Yeah. I wish you would have saw it when it was really live. But anyway, we go there. It's a slow night. It's chill, and then we sitting there. And we just, talking, having a great conversation. And then next thing you know, we there with another young lady. Our phones go off simultaneously. Boom, boom, boom. Like, so all of us is like, what's going on? I look down, and Rudy Gobert was the first COVID case. Right after that, the NBA shut down. And we both looked at each other like,
no, do you want to tell me my interpretation on what happened that night?
give me that.
We out chilling, and Rob's like, they canceled the NBA season. I said, what? I went to my phone. I said, oh, shit. Then I saw Donald Trump said he's shutting down the borders. I said, yo, I'm going to die over here.
not mind you,
shutting down the borders. I was like, what?
Now, mind you, dog, we locked in. I'm telling him, like, bro, you straight.
Yeah.
Like, you good. He was like, nah, bro. Like, eventually I'm going to have to go home, and I got to go to work.
Yeah. Bro, I called the embassy, and I was like, yo, I'm a vet. I got to get the home.
Yeah.
You know what they told me? He said, don't listen to what Donald Trump's saying. You good. I said, word? I said, all right. And I was cool after that.
How many plane tickets did you have to buy in that
I bought 6 plane tickets, and I got refunded for 1. So I already had like a round trip ticket.
Right.
I bought 6 more, and every time I paid for it, they canceled it. And then I only got refunded for my original trip, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Anything I bought after they said the world was shutting down, I never got my money back. I lost like $2,000 going over there on like plane fees.
I just remember the call. Like Rob was like, "Yo, how's going over here? How's going?" He was like, "Yo, Craig's still here." What?
You know what Rob told me? He said, bro, you good. You can stay over here. You straight. Hell, though.
You straight.
I was like, hey, I got to get home.
I got to go home.
I'm trying to go home.
Yeah.
We were going to find you a nice, cozy bed to sleep in.
Man, I had one over there, though, but I had to go home.
Yeah. We were going to find you something, to keep you safe and comfortable during your stay there.
That was an ill time. I tell people all the time. Like, I think I got to Europe March 9th. March 11th, they shut down. The whole world shut down.
So how was the experience for you, like, seeing that side of how, because you came back. Well, you came back and it was still shut down, but how was it? It
was similar. I will say this, though. So it was similar to combat. Okay. When I went to combat, you never felt like you was coming home. Okay. So when I was in Copenhagen, that shit happened, I didn't feel like I was coming home, bro.
Got you.
And the anxiety,
a flashback.
Bro, the anxiety that created from that shit.
Yeah.
I want to be home.
Yeah. You want your own space. You want to be comfortable.
Yeah. Like, I like my chances at home, but what I will say, I love Copenhagen. I ain't want to be stuck in Copenhagen. Yeah. Not against my own will. If I'm stuck, I want to go there on my own.
Oh, your own recognizance.
Yeah. That was an ill experience, though. Like, even the time of us working through what was going on, like, I'll never forget that. Like us going to a sushi restaurant, getting $100 worth of sushi.
Whole bunch of sushi.
Yeah, like
going to the Mexican spot, getting a whole bunch. Man, I was eating. Once they told me my season was over.
And the streets, mind you, 5 hours before, the streets was flooded. They shut the world down. It was like a ghost town. It was ill.
And at the time, I was living in the center of Copenhagen.
Oh, yeah, he was in the
heart.
So
I was like, everything was moving through where we lived.
And mind you, Copenhagen's like New York. If you've never been to Copenhagen, you letting yourself down in the world.
You heard it here again.
Copenhagen is lit. It's lit.
You heard it here.
Hey, I'm coming, man. I'm coming, man.
Copenhagen is lit.
Yeah. Shout out to all my Copenhageners. Hi. Belle Odo.
We gonna get footage when I come over there. That's so you'll let the world know I actually came, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That's all. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so the COVID year was also crazy for me, man, and it was actually like the entry into the Couch with Rob Fields in this way. So I wasn't able to come home for 2 years, and what I realized during that time, man, is that time stopped a little bit, but at the same time, which is a hard fact, my elders are also getting older.
Oh man, yeah.
And I missed 2 years. Usually, I mean, you can see things happening, but because I missed 2 years, a FaceTime call it's not really gonna tell me what's happening back home. So when I come back home after 2 years, man, like, I got this. I'm seeing my elders get older, man, and I missed 2 years of live action where I could sit down with them and then talk with them,
The transition.
Yeah, man, and it's because of that, man, I wanted to start an archive. Listen, man, if you're not asking your grandma, if you're not asking your grand uncle, your favorite uncle in your family, your aunts, talk to them about their lives, man.
Yeah.
Talk to them about it. They want to tell the stories. This is something that I've learned. I figured it out last summer. So I came home last summer, and I think I told you, I know I told you guys that I came home last summer after 2 years with just a different mindset. I came home with a mindset of discovery. So there are a lot of parts of my life that I didn't know about, that my mom knew about. And I lost my mom in 2013.
Right. You get the chance to ask her.
And right. And what happens is when we don't ask these questions, when we don't sit down and talk with our elders about these situations, what we find is we lose a library of information. Mm-hmm. So picture this. A library is standing strong and it's full of information. It's full of books. It's full of thesauruses, dictionaries, ways to speak, recipe books, all of this, right? And then when we lose that person, the whole library burns down, and there's nothing but ashes. We don't have anything to show from it, right?
Now you have to believe what other people tell you what happened.
It's hearsay.
That point of view from that person.
It's hearsay, man. You never get the real story. It's only from what cousin this one has said or cousin that one said. Man, I was talking to my grandma not too long ago, and she said the same thing happened with her. So with her aunts and uncles, she once she lost them, like, she had nothing. So she doesn't know anything after her father and mother.
But think about for them though, because they're older, they might not even know what happened before that too, because of like records and everything like that. I mean, it's just like you said, the 2 years with the elders. I mean, not seeing our families for FaceTime or not seeing our families for 2 years, we're closer and we still couldn't. So, and it was tough for us. So I know it was tough for you being that far away,
bro.
And then doing this, the archive is the archive is really important, man.
That's why, like when I talk to my moms, like, tell me about your college experience. I talked to my dad, like, what was you like in high school? Like, I ask those questions now because I'm curious.
Mm-hmm. And they share more now than they did when we were younger.
They're ready.
Well,
they think we're ready.
You got to kind of like, you got to game them a little bit.
No.
Oh, so you used to hoop? Like, what was that like?
No, you have to take a perfect angle, but once you get the angle, man, then they understand that I'm not trying to put you on blast. I just want to know.
Because what I do, I'll ask my father, like, yo, what was the 70s like? Mm-hmm. What was your senior year in high school? Where y'all kicking it at? Mm-hmm. What y'all doing? Father's a wild boy.
Hello.
My father told me he was going to, he was getting that call. What's that joint? Not New Under the Sun. What's the joint on, off the hill, the little pharmacy?
Jameson Pharmacy?
Yeah. He said,
best ice cream in the burg.
He said you go to the back. He told me you go to the back door for $5. You get a little scissor. Oh my God. You see the scissor back there. I said back then. I thought this was new.
Hey. Shout out to the pharmacy, man. They've been some great supporters of my basketball camp, which we are bringing back. And they have the best butter pecan ice cream in Orange.
And they support all of the burgers.
All right, so we just got an amazing story about sipping on some scissor. We just got an amazing story. All right, so we go change pace, man. And while we talk about some of the positive things, that we received from the COVID time, we also had a lot of challenges, right? And now what's being put in the forefront to us, especially from a content side, is the mental health side of things.
Yeah.
So for you worked in that area for many years and you still deal with it. And for you dealt with it firsthand in combat. Mm-hmm. For me, I didn't have combat. I didn't work in that space, but I dealt with some traumas over the years, right? Mm-hmm. How do you guys manage to be who you are in the midst of all of the mess that comes along in life? Because before you guys answer, I mean, let's be honest, man. Like, as black men in America, man, we're taught never to let people see you sweat, to not cry because you're soft, and all of that. But I think now at this stage in our life, we're like, nah, man, I feel bad.
Well, let me say this too. I don't think you do manage it. You figure out your coping mechanisms, how to adjust to it.
Yeah.
Because there's no right, wrong, and different way to handle depression, anxiety, stress, or none of that. I think sometimes like you represent something, but that might necessarily not be what you go through, right? So from my own experience, I went in the military in 2002. The first time I dealt with death, it was an 18-year-old kid that I knew that died when I was in there, and I went on to lose 4 other people. And I don't think there's no right, wrong way to deal with like death. If you could figure out coping mechanisms, you could talk to people, you could figure out ways to manage your stress or whatever. And the same thing with COVID. So isolation, the same way COVID presented isolation to people, sometimes when you isolate in your thoughts, with your anxiety or your stress, it's the same thing.
Did you have to face it head on?
Oh, all the time.
So usually, I
was in the Marine Corps, bro. That's the most masculine thing you could be in.
Yeah, no softness.
You don't get to be soft. You're not allowed to be soft, but you gotta deal with your emotions, bro. You gotta deal with your anxieties. You gotta deal with like stressors. When I was in combat, somebody died every day. I went to Iraq. April of 2005. Somebody died every day when I was in Iraq.
Do you get numb to it? Or do you just compartmentalize it and put it to the side?
You figure out ways how to like deal with like you figure out how to deal with your anxiety or whatever. You figure out how to talk to people about what you're going through.
Yeah.
You get comfortable with that, because if you don't get comfortable with that, you deal with suicide. And when I was in the military, there was a lot of suicide, bro.
You know what, man? And so for me, you and I, you and I, we open up to each other a lot, and we put it on the table. You were actually, and I'll say this to you, you were actually one of the first people to actually introduce me to person-to-person communication. Mm-hmm. So you would, I would spend summers at your house, training, trying to work on my game, trying to be the best player I could possibly be. You open up your doors to me, and you would go to work, and you would have some little breaks here and there, and you would just call me on a break, man, what's going on at the house? Everything good? Yeah. And you would literally talk to me. When I came back overseas, you would talk to me for hours. You did the same thing, but it really started with you opening up and saying, all right, what you got going on? And then you would just talk to me. And I said to myself, this is good.
Right.
I was able to spill on, not necessarily spill the negativity, but I learned how to communicate more through you. You were like a vessel, because, you opened up the door for that.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? I don't know if you remember this. So my first house I bought, he came through, and he was like, bro, like, why you got all these why all the blinds closed? Why you got no lights on? I didn't realize I was living in the dark, bro. Like my house was dark. Mm-hmm. My energy was dark. He would come through, turn the lights on, open up the blinds. And I didn't realize I was living with that. Sometimes you need people to tell you that, bro, brighten up your life a little bit.
Yeah. Listen, man. And you know what you would do? The house would be bright, but it would just be lights. Like, you would turn on all the lights. And I was like, I used to tell you, like, do you understand it's 98 degrees outside? It's a bunch of light.
Yeah.
How about this? I'm going to help you save some money, bruh.
Natural light.
Who? Open up the blinds. He was like, oh, Lord. Like, I didn't know these things do that.
Yeah.
But, the thing is, man, and this is what I learned in Denmark, man. This is a European trick that I learned. I mean, I knew it at that time, right, but I learned it over there. In Denmark, for 8.5 months out of the year, we get about 4 hours of daylight. 4 hours.
I appreciate that.
So as soon as the sun comes,
blinds,
people running outside.
Yeah.
The parks are filled. Mm-hmm. You go to the beach is filled. Like, people have embraced the outside, and it's not as hot as it is over here. So for me, I knew that back then without even having traveled to Denmark at the time. But what I learned was the sun is actually one of our biggest assets on this earth.
Vitamin D, bro.
Man, it gives us energy. It's we're like the flowers in a sense. The flowers, man, they love that sunlight. You know what I'm saying? And as humans, we crave for the same thing. So that's what I came to learn.
But as black men, sometimes we don't get to be vulnerable. But we don't realize we live in them vulnerable states.
Yeah. Well,
you try to disguise it in masculinity.
Yeah.
Nah. I didn't realize I was living my life with the blinds closed.
It's crippling, you know what I mean? Because of you had to be strong.
Yeah.
Like everything was on your back. You know, you carried everything. But that's just what was taught. You know, the world we in now, you know, you have to be vulnerable. Like you have to say something.
Yeah. Because
if you don't realize it head on, and talk to somebody about it, and you have to find somebody you're comfortable with and you're relatable with. But like you just can't do it, you know. You just can't do it just off the whim, you know what I mean?
Sometimes I'm gonna keep this simple. This might be the topic of the podcast.
Let's go.
Sometimes people gotta tell you that your blinds is closed.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
That's a word, y'all.
Yes.
Look at the camera, bro. Say that again, bro. One more time.
Sometimes people gotta tell you that your blinds is closed.
Yeah. And you gotta,
if you don't realize that you live in the dark, you gotta
respect it. And you gotta respect the person. You gotta respect the person that's telling you too.
Hello.
And be open to it. See, you were open to it. Right?
Yeah, I didn't realize my blinds was closed, bro.
But the big thing is, man, like one thing about it is, with you, Craig, he's open with it. You know what I mean? Like he's not, because he's had time. He spoke to, you know, he spoke to the people that needs to know. But there's some people that don't understand that. But people listening to this, it's somebody that's just like you,
bro,
that don't even know that they're like you. They might not. And combat
got the blinds closed.
But the blinds are closed. But combat for some people are waking up in the morning, trying to figure out how they gonna get their next meal,
how they gonna get your day over,
how they gonna do whatever. So your combat. You know what I mean? You were fighting for the country,
right?
And you know, I don't do politics. I don't do that. But sometimes we don't take care of those that take care of us.
Man,
you guys go over there.
That's another episode.
You guys go over there. You guys do a lot, but a lot of the homeless population are military veterans that have not dealt with or the access to the mental health is not really there for them. You know what I mean?
Bro, let me tell you something.